What's up everybody, Steven C. Killer here. It's time for a new reaction video. But before that, 75% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Now recently, I was able to obtain the silver play button because we hit 100,000 subscribers. Now I'm pushing myself forward even further. We're going for 300,000 subscribers. We can't hit this goal if you're not part of this community, so hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Join the Discord so you don't miss out on any of my videos when I go live on Twitch, live on YouTube, or I upload a video. Links in the description. Don't forget, I do want to upgrade from silver to gold at one point. So help me out today and hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into the video. What's up everybody, Steven Z. Killer here, bringing another reaction, some more game theory. Now this one is called Answer the Call, and this is a continuation to that other one that involves the web series, is it a web series or is it like a web site that changes and adds more lore and things? Either way, it's been a while since I've watched anything from the series or the thing that is known as Welcome Home. The creepypasta, but at the same time, the Hello Neighbor kind of feeling, Sesame Street with creepypasta mixed in together. All that kind of stuff. There's now a continuation from the last one. So I'm looking forward to it. This was recommended to me on my Discord. And also, guys, if you're watching this video, this should be going up possibly Monday or Tuesday, depending. But if it's the 21st, I'm on a trip, so I'll be gone for the next 8 days and everything. I have a lot of things pre-uploaded, pre-recorded, and all that stuff. So stay tuned for still content daily. I have roughly, as of recording this video, I have like almost 14 videos uploaded, prepared for this upcoming week that I'll be gone, and including this one. So look out for all the content. Still enjoy the stuff, but I will be away on a vacation, and I'll be back after the 29th of August 2023. So let's get into this video and enjoy it right now. Also, like and subscribe to the original channel. Link in the description. Oh god, the eyes, they're back.
I know you're there. Let me in.
I don't know about that, folks.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that
Oh, that is super loud, I just realized. Let me make sure that volume is okay. Sorry about that. I just noticed how much louder that is on your guys' end. My bad. Whoops.
thinks that you are just the most. And I am just the most excited because after 3 long months...
I'm glad I noticed that now instead of after I'm done recording, though. Thank God. Sorry for the volume if it was way too loud.
We finally have ourselves an update to Welcome Home, the retro website that's brimming with beautiful artwork and sinister secrets. The retro website that's brimming with beautiful artwork and sinister secrets. When we covered this project back in May, I was blown away by how impressive this was. From the fantastic character designs to the deeply unsettling world building, Clown, the project's creator, has crafted something that's really special here. A clever story about an old 70s TV edutainment show starring puppets that was mysteriously taken off the air. Beginning to notice a trend with all these online horror projects lately. Nah, it's probably nothing. The show itself revolved around a cast of quirky...
I didn't even think about that because I just watched the video. When I get back from my trip, that is definitely a game I am still interested in trying, so look out for that when I get back from my trip.
The puppets, the joyful Julie, the clumsy Poppy, the rambunctious Sally, the reliable Eddie, the friendly Howdy, the grumpy Frank, the streetwise Barnaby, and of course, the lead, Wally Darling. Basically what you get when you throw Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, and Elmo into a blender. The show itself, as we can learn through the website, would basically flow like your typical kids program. Wally would take the audience around the neighborhood and learn different life lessons alongside his friends. It would eventually disappear from the airwaves, with the only remains being gathered up and put back together together on this very site by a group known as the Welcome Home Restoration Project. But of course, like most things that you find on the internet, not everything is as it first appears. In my last video, I went through the website and uncovered its many secrets, from messages hiding inside of Wally's drawings to hidden images that revealed Welcome Home to be a cult, with several images showing Wally in a position of power as the cult's leader, all built to worship some Cthulhu-like entity, the home itself, Wally's sentient house. In that video, I concluded that Wally was trying to reawaken home, sending the Restoration Project all these letters and drawings in the hopes that they would gather people into the fandom for their eventual indoctrination. And before the update, that's exactly what it looked like, with the Restoration Project preparing a Welcome Home exhibition that was set for the near future. But soon after my theory came out, the website went dark, disappeared completely. That was until July, when the Welcome Home website sprung back to life with a massive update. And I do mean massive. We got more than just some cute new pictures and hidden codes this time. We've got audio files from the show, talk show interviews, merchandise, and oh yeah, giant eyes watching our every move. Those eyes belong to Wally. Now he's watching us more closely than ever. But the joke's on you, Wally. I've already dug through every corner of this thing, and I know exactly how you plan to gather more followers. I also know that one of your precious flock, one of your puppet friends there, is waiting in the wings to betray you. So join us, loyal theorists. Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us. As we pull
We get it, it's a cult!
back the curtain and reveal the difference between puppet and master. Let's just start with the big cliffhanger from the previous theory, the upcoming exhibition for Welcome Home. This event was a chance to share the history of the show with the world, but from the website's newsletter, it definitely seemed like something a lot more sinister. It read as follows, quote, "Together we will get it out. We will get everything out. You will see as we do, neighbor." Just gonna go and leave that invitation unread. Thank you very much. As I already mentioned, I suspected that this event was meant to gather people together to make him part of Wally's cult. So imagine my surprise when on the updated website, I saw that there was a brand new page dedicated to that very exhibition, and nothing really happened. Here I was, expecting images of destroyed displays, news articles of a disaster, maybe a message written on a wall in blood. That's not too much for a guy to ask, right? But instead, all I saw were vinyl records, an activity worksheet, a mock-up Wally puppet. I was wrong. The most exciting thing on there was the merch. Merch that was almost as exciting as our new merch over on theoryware.com.
Oh, wow.
Which includes a color
wow. Good segment, though. Still, support them if you guys want. Check out their merch stuff. I'm going to just move on ahead of that, though. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
The main thing on the page was a short interview with the mysterious museum curator simply known as the Question Answerer. As they said on the exhibition page, quote, "I still have so many questions to answer here in the world of Welcome Home. You and me both there, QA. You and me both." Which means that it's time to do what you always do when you're stuck and need answers in an ARG. Click anything and everything on the screen. And sure enough, my gut and brute force was right. There was actually something hidden here on the page. If you click the word answer from the Question Answerer quote I just read, you're taken to a page with a single image of a notebook. On this notebook, we see someone has been trying over and over again to find a password, but a password for what? Well, to find out, all you have to do is click the image, revealing a red safe with keys that represent the various characters from the series. Clicking again takes us to a blank guest area that requests a password. According to the notebook, the code is going to be 5 letters. Go figure, those worksheets from the exhibition also have 5 questions, with each answer being one of the residents of home, lining up with the keys on the safe. Who's the funniest neighbor? Has to be the residential jokester Barnaby. Who shines brighter than any star? Sally Starlet. Who's the biggest chicken? Our knockoff Big Bird, Poppy. Which neighbor speaks to flowers? According to the character profiles, it's Julie. And who's your best friend? Well, that one there has to be our main character, Wally. And if we take the first letter from each answer, B, S, P, J, and W, and type all that in, we're rewarded with the staff-only page. And before I show it to you, let me just say that there is so much going on here, it is gonna burst your theorist brain. The page isn't like anything we've seen before. There's a bunch of text, but it's all at strange angles. The title's been copied so many times it's almost illegible. There's even some redacted text thrown in here for good measure. There's also a new group of photos that don't seem nearly as upbeat as the main site. And there we have it, my bloody walls. I can finally rest easy. But really, the image that grabbed my eye here was this one. An image of...
Noted, if you want MatPat to rest easy, blood up some walls and send them the pictures, apparently.
Art supply.
Don't actually do that. Stop. Don't do that. That wasn't something you should do, actually.
Guys, with a couple of no touching signs sticking out of the box. Hey, you don't tell me what I do or do not do, sign. But in all seriousness, look at the note that's sitting on top of the pile of latex gloves. Put on gloves before handling any art. Call me if we run out. Those signs there aren't for visitors, they're for the staff. And it's important. I mean, you're not just writing 4 exclamation points there for no reason. In a later image, we find an email warning staff about a strange substance that's growing on the artwork. Quote, if a substance begins to grow on anything delivered, please place it back in the box it was shipped in and return it to us at your leisure. If you or anyone in your team experiences nausea, dizziness, or fatigue, please don't be alarmed. Yeah, because when I touch something that suddenly makes me sick, my first response is clearly gonna be, this is totally fine. We can actually see the substance on the first image with the glove box. One of the gloves has actually been used and is covered with a paint-like goop, which matches what we see on the art pieces from the About Us page. The artwork is being delivered like this, and whatever's on it is not good for you. It seems connected to this line of secret text from the website's original FAQ page. Quote, when I unwrapped the first letter, I felt it. I heard it. Open, open, open. I want it out. I'm going to get it out. It's not just making people sick, it's literally giving Wally an entry point. Seems that once you touch the paint, he can speak to you, indoctrinate you, brainwash you. In fact, it now appears to be happening to someone on the staff-only page. Here's the quote.
I had a dream when I began working on the Playfellow exhibition. Wally Darling was sitting at the foot of my bed with a rotary phone in front of him, ringing away. It looked just like the little toy phone we were restoring for the exhibit. It kept ringing. Wally stared at me like he was waiting for me to pick up the phone, just staring, unblinking, the phone ringing and ringing. I couldn't move. I couldn't figure out how to move and pick up the phone. He kept waiting. I couldn't pick up the phone. I keep getting phone calls now, or at least I assume that's what's happening. I keep hearing it ringing all day sometimes. I check my phone, and there's no new messages.
The writer is being driven mad by the same substance
Yeah.
during the call of Wally and his cult of home. Just like you should be hearing the call, my call, of hitting that subscribe button. Just click the button to answer the phone in the next 5 seconds to make that ringing stop. Please, please make the ringing stop.
Hit that
Thanks,
subscribe button.
you're just the most. Now let's figure out what's going on with this note. The note goes on to talk about how they tore up the workspace to find the ringing, and that they poured over every recovery the Welcome Home Restoration Project has given me access to, including their website. Given that they're speaking about the organization in the third person, and they seem to be the one responsible for all the mess that we see backstage of the exhibit, it leads me to believe that this is the person put in charge of the whole thing, the question answerer. A professional exhibitor and museum curator who believes in our happy home just as much as we do. I actually saw their name pop up in the old website when I was doing my previous theory, but we didn't get much detail about them, so I kind of left them alone. But now they seem to be playing a much more important role in the story, especially as it was their quote that led us to the staff page in the first place. The QA has been the one handling the artifacts. They've been getting everything set up, and in so doing, they've fallen victim to Wally's trap. What they've also done is tell us where we need to look next to keep our quest going. The question answer keeps referring to a telephone that Wally's holding, one that they can hear, but they dismiss the toy phone in the exhibit. Quote, all that was there were the toys for the exhibit, and obviously those couldn't be ringing. But I'm never quite so quick to dismiss any evidence that feels so overtly obvious. The telephone is prominently displayed at the exhibition as official merchandise for the Welcome Home show, and given there's now a merchandise page on the website, felt like the best place to go next. The merchandise page is full of holiday cards, vinyl records, cereals, and coloring books, but the biggest and most important thing they present to us right at the top of the page is the rotary phone. In fact, you can actually interact with this toy on the website. Pressing the buttons allows you to hear responses from the colorful cast of Welcome Home, just as you'd expect from a similar phone toy. Except something isn't quite adding up. Despite the restoration project bringing the phone back to its original working condition, there seem to be some discrepancies between what we see and what the packaging tells us we should be seeing. The box tells us that there should be 16 built-in conversations in this thing, but that's spread across 10 buttons, 2 of which seem to be missing, and with 1 that's actively glitching. The remaining 7 only have 1 response, and they don't even remotely match what's said on the box.
Hello, this is Frank Frankly speaking. Hello, are you there?
Which means that whatever phone they have, it is not the phone that we see on the box. Additionally, the Wally button doesn't have a play function. The website says his button has a glitch and has been taken offline. But as with most things involving Wally, things aren't exactly as they seem. If you click on the button anyway, you can definitely hear Wally's dialogue, but while all the others are responding awkwardly to a prank phone call, Wally's is a bit different.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Hello. Ha ha ha. I'm only kidding. I know you're there. Did you like my joke? I think you were going to say yes. Ha, ha, ha.
It isn't an
That beginning audio was actually from that. Oh, that's creepy.
innocent pre-recorded conversation for a toy phone. This is targeted, and it's creepy. While all the others are responding to a prank call, Wally knows that we're there, and he speaks directly to us. Not about the show, to us, about us.
You have to go too. You have work to do. Remember, until you hear me again, keep your smile merry and always know that I love you very much. Goodbye.
He's planning
Nope,
something.
nope,
Something
nope,
big.
don't
And he needs his
fucking
followers
trust
to
that.
keep up appearances until the time's right. This toy allows Wally to speak to his new followers directly, a shepherd to his flock, informing them of the work that's still to come. And while what he has in store is still unknown, he's still finding ways of keeping us busy. Before this update, one of the ways Wally communicated to us was through drawings in a guest book. By opening those up in a separate tab, we'd find hidden messages like, "I can hear you, neighbor." It was unsettling to be sure, but now he's back at it again. Only this time he's doing it across the entire website. When you visit certain pages, you'll watch as Wally begins to draw something on the page before your very eyes. Clicking on each of these newly formed drawings takes you to an audio file, each one directly from Wally.
We've looked into each other's eyes so many times. You're looking at me now.
Once you find all the audio files, you can
Oh,
actually
that's
start to see a pattern.
creepy.
The pages the files are from all have single word titles, like soon, I, and neighbor. At first, this might seem random, but if you try to rearrange them, you can form the sentence, "I will help you understand, neighbor. I will find a way soon." Which is super cool on its own, but it doesn't even stop there, because when you play the audio clips in the same order, they create one side of a conversation.
Oh,
There you
what?
are. Welcome home. Ha ha ha. You're the most. You're so still. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? To hear me again? Ha ha ha. I think that means you can hear me. Can you see me? That's okay if you can't. Don't worry. I know you're there. You know I'm here too. I will talk to you. Why won't you answer me, neighbor? Why can't I hear you? You know me. You do. Please open. Let me in. Let me in.
This conversation feels like it's
That is fucking freaky.
someone he's already converted, someone who's waiting to hear from him again, who desires to be a part of home. So who's he talking to? Well, it matches quite nicely with the note left behind by the question answerer on the staff only page.
Wally stared at me like he was waiting for me to pick up the phone.
What are you waiting for? To hear me again? Ha ha ha.
I couldn't move. I couldn't figure out how to move and pick up the phone.
You're so still. What are you doing?
And suddenly it becomes clear why he's desperate for the question answerer's attention. Wally might be able to draw over the website, but to spread to more people, to become more powerful, Wally needs to be able to see.
You know how to draw eyes. You draw mine many times. I know it is thanks to you, neighbor, that I can see.
The Welcome Home Restoration
Oh,
Project
what
tried
the
to stop
fuck?
Wally and his influence by
It's giving me
shutting down the guest
goosebumps.
book in this latest update. But underneath that news update is another post, not dated, that says, quote, "So many guest signatures. So many of them are trying to communicate. What are you telling me for? Do you think I can answer? What are you trying to do to me? I'm closing that guest book. I'm not playing this game anymore. The ringing is enough. It's a reluctant follower. It's the question answerer." These eyes everywhere across the site will allow Wally to see into the real world and will help him interact with people on the other side. And the bad news is, it's working, as we see all over the behind-the-scenes photos on the staff-only page. One of the notes tells us about using a black light on all artwork, and for staff to take photos of what they find. Doing this reveals the drawings of eyes, spirals, telephones, phrases like "the phone is ringing," all things that we've fairly well covered at this point. But how can we be sure that this is Wally's doing and not someone else? Well, on the emails requesting the 5-letter password that we found earlier, the email response is simply the worksheet. The email is to the question answerer, and the person it was sent to is from part of the WHRP, but their name's redacted. The question answerer prints out these pages after receiving the emails, but under the black light, written underneath everything, we find the identity of the sender, Wally, darling. Wally is signing in invisible ink. He's sending us down rabbit holes. He's providing letters, emails, and now passwords to a safe so that the WHRP can have more conversations with him. The puppet has become the master. However, while it might be easy to jump on the whole Wally is evil bandwagon, I believe that he may actually be just as much of a puppet as anyone else in this thing. In the last theory, I mentioned that there were
He's a puppet, but he's still the ringleader of puppets.
two signatures from Wally in the guest book. One that looked normal, you're looking for me, silly, silly, and another that felt a bit more chaotic, you won't write back. This led me to believe that there may be two versions of Wally wandering around, one good and one evil. This update seems to be pointing us in a similar direction. In the email that was sent by WHRP that talks about the substance causing nausea, dizziness, and fatigue, we find a note written in invisible ink that says, "I'm so sorry." Wally's apologizing? But isn't this exactly what he wants? To brainwash others to see as he does? It doesn't make a lot of sense, unless there are two versions of Wally. On the original website, there was a secret page that showed Wally hiding in shadows, followed by the text, "I can't see you. Do you see me?" In one of the audio clips we found this time, he says,
It is thanks to you, neighbor, that I can see, but it is still, I can't see.
Wally being able to see or not see is one of the big recurring phrases across the website. So how come he suddenly breaks mid-conversation and then all of a sudden is struggling to speak and says that he can't see anything? Maybe it's not that there are two Wallys, but rather one Wally with two different sides inside
Split
of
personality.
it. Eyes have always been used to represent Wally, but they've often been accompanied by spirals. We see them throughout the blacklight images, but there was also a spiral beneath home on the old website. Well, if we look at that spiral now, it's grown, it's bigger, and now there's an eye inside of that spiral. The So Below page now
lovely.
reveals a spiral that, when clicked, gives us a recording of home talking in noise. Those noises can actually be translated from Morse code to say hello. Spirals are the signature of home. Eyes are the signature for Wally. And now they're becoming one and the same. They're mixing with each other. Home is controlling Wally. On page 6 of the guest book, we see Wally's written his name, but if you open the image in a new tab, the image is called Our Name. R, as in plural ownership. Two beings inhabiting one body. Wally and home, which explains why Wally contradicts himself mid-sentence. It's his good half, his real half, fighting back, trapped inside his own body, unable to see, barely able to communicate. But with what time he has, he's begging us to stay quiet, to not fall for home's tricks. And he's not the only one that feels trapped here either. There appears to be someone else onto Wally's schemes, someone who's working from the inside, undercover, trying to track down the cult's behavior and bring the whole operation down. And that, my friends, is gonna have to wait till next time. I know, I'm sorry. This is such a huge update, I haven't even gotten a chance to talk about the bugs crawling across the site, or the weird videos of rotten fruit that you can find. Yeah, this thing starts getting real weird from this point forward, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the follow-up theory when it comes out in about a week or two, I would say. One last reminder to check out
I'll be looking forward to that update, but I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. It was a fantastic video. Link in the description, and if you guys enjoyed my reaction, then check out more on the channel. If you have suggestions, comment down below, or join the Discord and post in the reaction ideas section. And once again, hope you guys have a great time while I'm on a trip. Enjoy the uploads, and once again, with that being said, if anything major drops during the time frame I'm on my trip, most likely I won't be able to get to it until after I am back from my trip. So, I'll see you guys later, and hope you have a good one. Till then, later.